Hey everyone, so recruiting analytics company Datapeople is launching Datapeople Anywhere, a browser extension that brings the guardrails of the Datapeople platform to job descriptions and recruiting texts, whether written by human or generative AI, within the user's ATS workflow. I'm joined today by Director of Product, Anthony Germanario. Hey Anthony, how's it going?
Doing well. How are you?
Excellent. Give us first a quick description of Datapeople in case people haven't heard of you guys.
Sure. Yeah. So Datapeople is a recruiting intelligence platform that gives recruiting teams the kind of control and intelligence they need to be strategic partners in meeting their organization's hiring goals. And so we do that kind of on two fronts. One, by helping optimize job descriptions. So we use data-backed guidance to help optimize job descriptions to make sure candidates are finding your job, that qualified candidates are finding your job, and that your jobs aren't maybe turning off or signaling anything negative to candidates. And we also do that with some recruiting analytics so that you can see after the fact how are your funnels performing and what's going on in your recruiting process.
Okay, very cool. How long have you been with the company?
I've been here for almost 4.5 years now.
Very good. Okay, so you have a new tool out. Why don't you go ahead and share your screen if you want to show it off here on RecTech. So what we like to do is bring in new recruiting technology, and this is one of the newer ones. So here we go. Well, let me make sure I can should do that. Give it a shot now.
Okay. So what I'm going to show you is my Datapeople Anywhere within my greenhouse sandbox because it does work within an ATS. So what you're seeing is greenhouse, and what I'll take you through is Datapeople Anywhere. Okay, so Datapeople Anywhere, as you said, is a browser extension, right? So it's kind of an overlay that lives within your ATS or could be configured with other systems you use also to write or store your job content. And the idea here is that we're going to give you that feedback you want or need on your job post right where you work today, right? Right where your recruiters are already used to going to open and edit their job descriptions. And so the way this works is when you enter your ATS and you're on that page where you're creating your job post, you'll see a Datapeople icon right on the page. And there's a couple of things you can do here. You could import jobs you've already written from a job repository, right? So we store your job repository here. But really, most of what our customers do in their workflow is they're writing something new, right? So if I'm hiring for the sales manager job, I'll see a little kind of form here to get started writing my post in Datapeople. And when I click write a new draft, Datapeople's editor with all of our content guidance is going to pop up right over your ATS, right? So you'll notice a couple of things here. First, my team has set up a template for me in Datapeople, right? So we've got a company description that's locked. So as an editor, I don't need to worry about it, but I also can't change it, which our recruitment marketing and those types of folks really enjoy. And also some kind of other standard text like our benefits, our equal opportunity statement, things we really want to make sure people are compliant with are locked in that template that your company admins can decide. But what the recruiters and hiring managers are most concerned about is this section, right? They want to make sure they've got clear requirements, a clear description of the job, and that they're attracting the right talent. So this kind of happens in a couple of ways, right? If you're an experienced recruiter and you recruit for these types of jobs, you might write them yourself, but more likely you're pulling content from somewhere, whether that's, in the past that was an existing job repository, maybe you were copying out of a doc or a repository your company has in SharePoint or something. But nowadays, a lot of our customers are using generative AI, right? So they're asking platforms like ChatGPT, can you help me write a job description for a senior manager for my sales team at a SaaS company? So I did that today, right? I asked an AI to help me write that job post, and I'm going to paste that content right here into Datapeople. And this is kind of a workflow we're seeing a lot of our customers use, right? So there's a lot of discussion about should we use it, shouldn't we use it? But I think a lot of people are landing on it's going to be part of some workflows, so we should figure out how to use it. And so it doesn't do an awful job, right? It knows what you're asking, it knows what to return, but our whole value proposition is that we're using data-backed guidance to help you actually write clearer and better job descriptions. And our goal is to get you to a score of an 85 or above. So you can see, while this description makes sense, it's got quite a few issues, right? So it's got some soft skills here that are very hard to kind of measure or define that our platform suggests you remove. So I'll remove things just like communication skills because you can suss those out in kind of interviews and ask more specific questions about what they've done. You'll see things about strong leadership skills that are, again, a little bit ambiguous to a lot of candidates and are probably covered by requirements like experience managing and mentoring a team of sales reps, right? So I'm going to remove that line entirely. We want to clarify a minimum years of experience. I can use Datapeople to update that. And you see my score kind of climbing as we go. One last thing that we really like to see is a clear reporting structure, right? So Datapeople is telling me I should explain who the candidate reports to. So I'll add just one line here saying you will report to the VP of sales. And now you don't have to agree with every single thing Datapeople says, but we've basically taken this generated job description and made it a little more clear, probably a bit more inclusive. We reached our score of an 85 or above. And then once we do that, we simply close the modal here and it drops that content directly into your ATS. And you can kind of proceed with your posting as you normally would, kind of with that confidence that your job is compliant and up to date.
Very cool. And this is live now on the platform on Datapeople?
Yes, yeah, it's live and it's compatible with most of the major ATSs, Greenhouse, Workday, iCIMS, SuccessFactors. There are quite a few more, and we're configuring more and more for our customers every day.
Yep. And is this a free offering as part of you're already a client, or is it an add-on?
It's part of the typical package. The add-on might come if you have a company internal custom platform that you would like this for. We may have to kind of configure that special for you. But if you're using any of the ATSs that are out there, even if we don't have it yet, it's included. We'll configure it for you.
Gotcha. What was the origin of this product? Can you give me some insights on to how long you guys been working on it and how it evolved?
Yeah, so it kind of started as a feature that we added on to our ATS integration. So we also do a full ATS integration that includes analytics and permission matching and all these other really nice workflow pieces. And so it was originally an add-on to that. And a couple of things happened. One, we realized that not every organization that we work with can do a full API integration and a full systems integration, but they still want to improve their workflow, right? They still like our editor. They still want our guidance. And so we thought, well, we need to be able to bring that to them where they currently work and sort of remove the barrier of this full API integration. So that was one impetus of it. And then again, another was just the conversation around generative AI. Our customers were saying, we have yet another tool in our tech stack that our recruiters are going to use. And so, platform fatigue is real, right? If you say, well, you've got ChatGPT over here, you've got your ATS here, you maybe have another system for pulling old job descriptions, and you've got Datapeople, we thought we really need to integrate right where you work to kind of reduce that fatigue or not add to that fatigue.
Yeah. Can you use this on browsers like Edge as well, or?
Yes, yeah.
You can,
so it's compatible with Chrome and Edge. Yeah, it works on like the Chromium-based browsers. So.
Yep. Last question, Anthony. Where else do you see generative AI coming into your product? Maybe something with they do a lot of intelligence in there with the analytics. Maybe it's like sort of writing reports for the end user, things like that. Give me a sense of where you're going with this.
So is the question how we intend to incorporate generative AI, or how?
Yeah, other ways you can do that within your product. Do you think over time?
I think another really interesting use of generative AI would be candidate communications, right? So we also have our editor working on communications. So if you're using LinkedIn Recruiter, Outlook, Gmail as your kind of communications platforms, we also give feedback on completeness and inclusive language there. So I could see generative AI also being used. It's a literal chatbot, right? So perhaps we can sit on top of that and make sure whatever you're outputting from a chatbot, would not have any of this flagged language and kind of give it feedback. It's not currently being worked on, but as far as what I could imagine us adding value to in that pipeline, I think that's a good opportunity as well.
Good stuff. I'll tell the audience where to go to learn more.
You can go to datapeople.io to learn more. We've got information about our platform in general and our guidance. We've got a lot of case studies with some kind of hard numbers on what customers have seen when they've kind of followed our guidance and incorporated us into their recruiting workflows. And there's quite a bit there.
Awesome. Anthony, thanks for stopping by here at RegTech.
Great. Thanks for having us.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.